I really like retro games. I know that like everybody does now. It's kind of like the in thing is to like retro and pixel style games. I'm someone who can be pretty snobbish about like a game's graphics, but also I don't know, there's just something really enjoyable about these old consoles and these older like 90s games that really do it for me. And Castlevania fits right into that. That's not the map button. Go down one more and check these rooms, I guess. Is the room behind this guy? I think it is. I don't have the means to kill you, I think. We'll just keep hitting him with holy water. How much? Oh, we don't have the thing to see how much damage we deal. Oh, he did die. I thought he would be really tough, but... Surely there's a secret here. Yeah, secret room. With a pot roast. Sure. I mean, that wasn't really worth killing that dude, but that's okay. We'll go check the other room as well. Oh, it's misty. So you have to, in order to pass through these, you require being an ability to transform into a mist, which we definitely do not have. So we can't go this way. So unfortunately, it looks like we are locked into fighting the doppelganger. Which, if you know anything about this game, you can cheese the fight by using a stopwatch. We're not going to do that. Because I don't believe in cheesing things. I believe in fighting. Like a man. Like, just going for it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. That was terrible placement on our holy waters. Okay. Gather up the hearts. Oh yeah, I guess I should have explained the UI a little bit in case you've never seen this before. Somehow you've been living under a rock and never played Castlevania. So if you look at the top left, we have an HP counter. That's the 80. It'll probably go up a little bit here when we heal. 87 is our max at the moment. The blue bar is our mana. We don't actually have any abilities at the moment that let us use mana. Do we? No, we don't have any spells. And then we have the hearts underneath. Hearts are what we pick up out of candles, and they determine how many times we can use our sub-weapon. Currently, that's the holy water. So every time I use the holy water, it uses 3 of our hearts. So we, in general, want that to be pretty close to max, which at the moment appears to be 69. And then the blue thing is the holy water, just to indicate what we have at the moment. And that's about it for the UI. There are spells in the game. They use fighting inputs, so it can be a little tricky to execute them. And then relics are like miscellaneous things. So like earlier we picked up the cube of Zoe, or Zoe, or whatever, which is what is letting us pick up items from candlesticks. So if we were to disable the cube, we would no longer get items out of the candles and things. So that gave nothing. But if we have it enabled, which we need it to be enabled, they'll drop things like the hearts and money and things like that. There's currency in the game and there's a merchant, but I don't know how much that matters. And then also there are familiars, so like you can get like a little imp that follows you around and tries to spear things. Let's save again. I don't remember if we just saved or not, and we're going to go fight the doppelganger. I don't know if we're going to win. Because most people cheese them with the stopwatch, and I'm not going to do that, so it's going to actually be a fight, and we'll see how that goes. Minions are nice. Yeah, they're okay in this game. I honestly ignored them most of the time, the first time that I was playing this, but there are like secret rooms and things that can only be accessed by having one of the minions, and then one of the minions points out secret rooms. I didn't know we were fighting yet, bro. You gotta give me time to prepare. Okay, that's just extremely rude. Why do you have the bat ability? I don't have that yet. You're supposed to be my doppelganger. Okay, hit him, block. Really like those daggers, huh? Please stop hacking away when I'm trying to murder you. We do actually do like considerably more damage than he does, so even if he beats us up a little bit, that wing smash, though, is a lot of damage. Please don't. I'm not sure why he has that ability. We don't get that until very late in the game. Okay, stop. Stop juggling me, bro. So as long as we maintain damage on him, we should beat him, provided that he doesn't just keep turning into a bat and screwing us. And also, you know, if I continue to miss him every time I swing at him, gotta dodge those. You can't just tank. Can't tank the bat. I beat this guy on my first try when I played this originally. That's a bummer. So we're gonna have to reset from our save point. I beat him on the first try last time. I do feel a bit under-leveled because I think previously I leveled up a bunch, which has an impact on your stats, so you deal more damage and have more health, etc. How was the weekend? Well, it was a lot better than last weekend. Last weekend was devastating emotionally. I was in a really terrible place. This weekend, my niece came again. Usually she comes every other week, but this week she came because I think she has a doctor's appointment or something next week. So I think I'm going to grind a level really quick. Save scumming. It's not save scumming. I just restarted because it's like... You want me to restart the game every time I die? This isn't Cataclysm, my friend. So we did gain a level there. It'll slightly increase our HP and stuff, but... Why don't we... Oh, I'm just curious how much it increased our HP. By 1 point. Okay. But it does increase our stats, which make things a lot easier. We'll go fight him again. We don't need to grind levels. I don't think that's worth my time. Let's head up here. This would be a lot easier if I could just save through the emulator instead of using the actual saves. But whatever. The 360 emulator, I mean. So the weekend was okay. My niece came again, which I was not thrilled about. I had some plans to do things over the weekend to take care of some business for the channel, and ended up not being able to do that, unfortunately. Just because the house was very noisy. I was shielding. Why did that hit me? Bro, you're such a dick. Okay. I mean, I guess I'm such a dick because you're me. Why is the shield not blocking that? Because we're in melee range, I guess? I like, no kidding, had no problem doing this the first time I played it. And I'm just getting demolished here, and I don't know what to make of it. Doesn't help that every time I try to block, I turn around for some reason. Is not the right thing to do. Come here, then. Okay. What are you doing? Oh, you baited me. He seems to have better reach than I do. That seems to be part of it as well. Yeah. Because we're using like a dagger and he seems to have an actual sword. I mean, if you just keep jumping, I'll cheese you to death. That's fine. Okay, well, so the AI is not great, I guess. We won by cheesing him. That's not super exciting. Feel kind of bad about that. But we were getting our butt kicked, so I'm not going to complain. Another life max up, which is great. So we got like 8 extra HP there. We should save because I don't want to have to do that again. So over the weekend, yeah, I had some plans to do stuff and it didn't really pan out. The house was very noisy. They, you know, were busy. They're doing a lot of stuff this weekend, some of which I don't really want to talk about, but some of it was just, you know, having my niece and things at the house. So I didn't really get a lot of work done in that regard, but there's something I've been working on for YouTube. I mentioned it earlier. I'm trying to edit. So about 3 years ago, I wrote a novel. We talked about this a little bit off and on stream. Oh, thank God, a better weapon. So the Gladius, not only is it better damage, which you can see there, my attack goes up by 1 point, but more importantly, it has better reach. So it just attacks further from us. You'll see our range is better now. So that's the main appeal of having the proper sword weapons. I bet we could backdash and get this, but I also don't want to fall down. Let's use... Okay, so now we get to... This is why I didn't want to do that, because then we have to backtrack. I failed to jump over you. Stop backing up, please. Ah, I ran into you anyway. Stop it. Okay. So I wrote a novel like 3-ish years ago, maybe going on 4 at this point. I haven't written anything in quite a while. and I'm going through the process of editing it. I would really like to do some audiobook content on YouTube. We've talked about this before. I am still on the fence about whether or not I want to do it. We're going to go all the way to the top here because there's a save location I would like to get to before we continue to explore. You got me, bud. I don't think I need to fight you, so I'm just going to get out of here. Just holy water him. Yeah, so I'm still on the fence on whether or not I'm going to do it, just because I'm embarrassed, and, you know, the stuff we talked about on stream before about, like, you know, sharing something that's very personal and that kind of thing. So I'm on the fence about it, but I thought, you know, why not work towards it? Even if it doesn't pan out, at least it gives me something to do, and worst case scenario, I end up editing a book that I can just put up on Amazon or whatever. So over the weekend, now this one I know I can backdash over. So over the weekend I was working on that. Let's save first, that way I'm not like taking damage and risking dying. And I've been getting a lot of YouTube comments as well. I don't want the Bible, give me the holy water. We're going to keep the holy water for the entire game. Just because it's my preferred sub-weapon. It's like, I think inarguably is the best sub-weapon in this particular game. I know some people like the cross in the other games, but holy water is for sure the way to go. So let's see if we can make this jump. I know you can make it. I've made this jump. So I've also been getting like some YouTube comments. We did make the jump, and we got a heart up from that. So what that did was increase our maximum heart capacity. Oh, we already triggered the elevator. So let's go down and get our first ability. Which is the wolf, I think. Soul of Wolf. So now we have the ability to transform into a wolf, which is cool. Unfortunately, he walks very slow. You can kind of cheese his jumps so that like you can jump really high, but he's not super useful. The only ability really is that he can sprint, and Alucard can't. But with shield dashing, it's like, it doesn't even matter, because we can just shield dash everywhere. What does the Bible do? I believe if you activate the Bible, it swirls around you, like a bunch of pages swirl around you. You can go check, I'm not 100%. Like, literally the damage might be better, but the actual, like, mechanics of the holy water and the way it stacks damage is what I want. Let's try this really quick. Oh, it just sort of surrounds you in a barrier of the Bible for a little while. It has its uses. I definitely used it to fight a boss over the weekend, but, like, because I had dropped the holy water by mistake. Where are we? I think this goes to the clock tower, which we don't really want to do yet. Because it's really difficult. Yeah. I don't want to be here. Let's go find somewhere else to be. Oh, we should go to the library so that we can get access to the merchant and get the thing that lets us open magic doors. So let's do that. Let's check what this is. Is this the library? Or is this the teleport room, I think? I don't remember. It is the teleport room. So now we have access to this teleportation. Murder, do it. Some embarrassment will happen, but you were doing this, so you got it. Well, it's not really... Some of it is the embarrassment. Oh, why would I come down here? Why wouldn't I take the elevator like a sane person? Let's get back up here. Did we hit every door up here? Yes. Where's the library? It's at the bottom. It's the mid elevator, I think. So let's check again. Yes, so this should be the library. Let's head to the library. Some of it is embarrassment, like we talked about. It is embarrassing, and you know, you worry about how people will react to it, and I have bad self-esteem, so like if I got a bunch of comments that were like, go screw yourself, you're terrible, that would have a really big impact on me. But mostly I think it would be fine, and I think I would enjoy putting it out there. The main thing I'm hung up on right now is like, so I'm editing this book, this novel. It's like 50,000 words. It's a huge process. Okay, don't just dive in. We should fight them as we go. That way we're not getting juggled around constantly. Grab that cash. Right now it's like just a huge endeavor to edit such a long thing. So I'm focusing on like just do one chapter and see how long it takes. See, you know, because like I'm rewriting it as I go, plus I'm editing it, plus like, you know, like major editing. I don't mean like, oh, I'm making sure I didn't spell anything wrong. I'm like, no, I'm doing serious grammar rework. Like you don't say there were 6 chickens on the roof, right? That's not like proper English. You would say like 6 chickens were on the roof. And it's like that minor, it's such a minor difference. People obviously understand both, but one is more proper than others. So like it's kind of a lot of work to go through and do that kind of stuff. And I'm just stuck on like, I don't know. Look, I'm not a voice actor, so like I don't think I can do different voices. And like I've been listening to an audiobook right now. I'm on book 2 of the Extracted trilogy that we talked about a week ago. Okay, just try to run through. I don't want to deal with this. I hate these enemies. That lightning attack can really hurt us though, so we need to be careful. So I've been listening to this audiobook, and the guy who does it is so good. Like, he's clearly a professional voice actor, and he does an excellent job. He has male voices, female voices, and he does like 9 different voices for this one book, and they all sound distinctly different. He does very good accents. He's a British guy, so he does like an American accent really well. And I was just really impressed with the quality of this guy's reading of this book. And so over the, you know, I drive for a living. I've been driving a lot, and I've been practicing like what I think the voices would sound like. And they don't sound very good. And I'm a little concerned about the actual quality of something like that. So I'm just on the fence about it. I'm going to edit the book no matter what. It's just a question of will it make it to YouTube, or will it like 2 years from now show up on Amazon, that kind of thing. Ah, stupid evil books. This relic, I don't know what this relic does. Don't stab me. What is this? The Fairy Scroll. What do you do, Fairy Scroll? Those books dying is a very annoying sound as well. Fairy Scroll. Displays the enemy's name. I mean, that's interesting, I guess. So let's come down and find the librarian. I'm just gonna skip you if that's cool. Please don't stab me. Why'd you stab me? So rude. Just skip everything. Let's just power through here and get to the librarian or whatever his name is. We are very low on health, so we have to be careful going back. Have you looked at the voice changer? Slowly looking at it so I can have fun. So, hello, merchant.
Long time, old one.
We'll talk about that when the cutscene is over.
Alucard, what do you need?
I need your help.
Young master, I cannot aid one who opposes the master.
You won't go unrewarded.
Really? In that case, just tell me what you need.
That guy literally said, I'm not going to betray my master, and then I was like, but I'll pay you. And he's like, okay, I'll betray my master, no big deal. This is the merchant. We can sell him gems, and we can buy stuff from him. Right now we need the Jewel of Open. Will let us open magical doors, which is super important for our progression. And probably we would want... We don't have that much money. We would like to buy a better, like, armor. But I don't think we can. We might as well buy the map, I guess. Does this reveal stuff? We'll buy the map. It's so cheap anyway. We could buy Dark Metamorphosis. This is a spell that lets us steal health from enemies, but only enemies that bleed and only if we're close to them. So, like, I don't think that that's really worth my money. I guess we'll just buy a potion for, like, an emergency. They're really expensive for how little money we have. We also can talk to him to get, like, tactics for boss fights, but I don't really care about that. So let's just head out of here carefully so we don't get murdered on our way back. We can't skip the books because this is a really long section. And if we skip the books, they'll all end up catching up to us when we double back. So anyway, a voice changer. Thing is, I can't find one that's not terrible. I did look into it to see if I could slightly alter... Like, because there's... specifically, there's a female who's a main character in this book. And I'm not good at female voices. Because I have a very bassy voice. And so I watched some like YouTube videos on like feminizing your voice, you know, for people, transgender people mostly is who it's for, to try and make yourself sound more feminine. And that was fine and interesting. It's a lot harder than I thought it was. So I don't know about that. And I've looked at some voice changing stuff. Probably what'll happen is I'll do my best, you know, attempt at a female voice. Then what I'll do in editing is just up the pitch by like 2 or 3% so it sounds just a little bit higher without being too distorted. And I'll give that a go. My other concern is that all the characters are like 17, 18-year-olds. So like, not only am I trying to do a female voice, I'm trying to do a young female voice. And it's the same thing with the male voice. One of them obviously is going to have my own natural speaking voice. Well, I can't attack because I'm cursed, so we can't shield dash, unfortunately. Okay, I just want... what? A little regular dash, I guess. Not quite as fast, but it's okay. So I'm a little bit having issues with that whole process. Seems... yeah, I realized as soon as I jumped that my health was too low. We have not saved in that whole trip, so again, because I can't save through the emulator, I can only use the actual saves in-game. We have a lot of backtracking to do. I hate backtracking. That pisses me off, but that's my own fault. So, we get to redo all of that. Sorry, Internet. I have no idea where we saved last. Probably at the top. That sucks. That sucks real bad. Okay, well, did we even get the Spirit of the Wolf at this point? Or Soul of the Wolf, or whatever it's called? With backdashing, we'll try to make this as quick as possible. Do we go down one? No, we need to open the teleporter. Go back up. If we don't open the teleporter now, I don't know when I'll be coming back. And it'll piss me off later that we can't teleport. So let's do that right now. You should at least try, and don't blame yourself for not trying in the future. Imagine your YouTube recommendations after watching these videos. I did for a little while get a lot of like feminizing your voice videos. I find voices really impressive. It's something that like I think we don't see a lot of anymore. Nowadays, if you hear a voice actor, most of them do like one good voice. There are very few voice actors who do like really good lots and lots of different voices. So for instance, Brittany Karbowski is someone who does a lot of anime dubs. You probably, if you watch a lot of anime, she was Misaka in Magical Index and whatever that other one is, where she's in that as well. She was Migi in the Parasite, the Maxim English translation. I saw on Twitter she said that she got one of the main characters in Flip Flappers, but I don't know what that is, so I don't know. But she has a very distinct voice, and she, throughout all the voices she does, she never changes her voice. She uses her natural speaking voice for every single character. And then if you look at someone like the guy who voiced Bugs Bunny is one of the most famous like voice actors ever, because he did like hundreds of different voices. The guy who voiced Yakko in Animaniacs, that's another one that's like, he does tons and tons of voices. That's really rare and surprisingly difficult. The best voice actors are DMs in D&D. They do as well, but what I found is that like those can be cartoonish. Like you can throw an accent on them. You know, it doesn't have to make sense in the confines of the game. They can have an accent, they can have an old creaky voice, and it can just be whatever you want it to be. Whereas when you're doing like an audiobook, it has to be something that sounds natural and like it has to fit the character, right? So like I can't turn my random 18-year-old American into an old German guy, you know what I mean? So I find it, I don't know, it's just shockingly difficult. I didn't think it would be that hard, and it kind of is. And as for trying, I think I'm going to try pretty much. I'm not going to say no matter what. If it turns out really terrible, then I'm not going to post it. But I'm at least going to try.
It's been a long time.
Can I not skip? I can skip that one.
interested in
Okay.
this.
So we'll sell again, buy the Jewel of Open, buy a potion,
Thank you.
and buy... Oh no, we need to buy
Thank you.
a library card as well. How much is the library card? Yes.
Thank
So the
you.
library card will let us teleport back here without having to walk all the way, which is super nice. It's the only teleport item in the game, I think, which is like super, super important. So we'll we'll want to buy one of those. Oh, we have to kill these on the way back. Otherwise, they'll follow us and gang up on us at the end. Kill the books. Ah, don't touch me. I have a big personal bubble. Stay away from me. Kill that guy. And we're just going to backtrack and we'll head into some new areas. Stop jumping over them because they attack as soon as you jump over them. Gotta pay more attention to what I'm doing. Ah. Stupid book. Who animates books? Okay. Murder about to hit dinner. Love the chat and gameplay. Post it no matter what or share to the fans. I'm totally okay if you DM me. I don't know what you mean. Like DM you what I'm working on? Maybe. I thought about once I finish editing I might share that with somebody on Discord just to see what their take is, but it's so early and it's only the one chapter, so it's like it's not like you can learn anything from the story at that point. But anyway, have a nice dinner. Thanks for stopping in. We'll see how things turn out. I'm just... Oh. If we get knocked out of the screen, it resets their HP. Which is a huge bummer. And in this game, if you hop and attack, you can attack in the air and then attack immediately on landing. Which is like the best way to pour on damage. Please stop stabbing me. I'm just such a frail young man. Definitely not Dracula's son or anything. Let's go save again since we did all that running and we don't really want to have to do the whole thing again if we die. If you would like early feedback. Yeah, I thought about sharing it on Discord, just putting it somewhere and saying, hey everybody, I've been working on this. I would like some thoughts. Why can't I make this jump all of a sudden? Jump. Dang Medusa Heads. That is something about these games that really frustrates me. They add enemies that are clearly just here to annoy you. It's especially evident later in the game. They will put it so basically like 6 of these floating heads appear on the screen at once in an area where if they hit you, you'll fall down and have to start from scratch. And it's like older games do this sometimes where they think it's a good idea to annoy the player. Instead of making an actual challenge, they just pour enemies on the screen. We talk about that in Cataclysm a lot, actually, where it just doesn't feel like the monster density is appropriate. And there are definitely places in this game where that's applicable. Not really there, I was just a little annoyed by getting bumped, so I thought I'd mention it.